Jewish Values Online is a project which is fairly new. It started in basically March of 2010. It's a series of rabbis that have gotten together from all the different movements who are brought into a group to answer questions that are raised by people in the public and also by questions that seem to be important and topical that are submitted internally. And where we ask rabbis from each of the movements to respond to those questions. Its focus is on Jewish values, morals, ethics, and on proper behavior from a Jewish perspective. And so we tend to bring in a lot of different areas, but we focus primarily on the Jewish angles and aspects of it and try to present whatever information we can to help people imply or bring apply is a better way, bring Jewish values into their home, into their life, into their daily existence in terms of what's really happening to them at that moment. Sure. Well, the short version of that story is the question will be submitted, it will appear in the system. At that point, I'm alerted to some degree that there's a question pending. What I will do is make sure that the question is something that fits our mission. If it's a question on specifically halakha or on history or something else, I tend to have to respond by saying thank you, but that's not really the kind of question we exist to answer. There are many other resources and many other places to go for that kind of response. And then if those questions are then taken away, ones that deal with values, for example, specifically, I will ask the system to assign to one of the 80 plus rabbis that are currently listed within the system from the various movements. And each question will be assigned to a lead rabbi, a person who is from one movement, and then to rabbis from other movements as well. It will be sent out to them. They are given an alert that by email that they have a question. They are asked to respond in a timely fashion to get something back in the system for that respondent to post, and then for the system to alert the person submitting the question that there is an answer. When questions come in and there are answers that have been posted, the question and the answer or answers are then visible to the public. So the website shows all of those as we go along. And we keep on updating with additional answers until we find that we have an answer from each of the different groupings uh, out there for everyone to see. And we keep on rolling through the questions as they come in. Well, there is a connection to Twitter, for example, in that whenever a question is answered, there's a feed to Twitter where a tweet goes out saying, here's an answer that came out. And that works to let people who are following JVO or Jewish values, as it's called on Twitter, know that there's something that they might be interested in seeing. We also have a feed that goes into Facebook, and Facebook, we have a page which can be visited and also liked, and you can then follow what happens. It will feed into your own stream on Facebook so that you know what's coming along and what's been answered and what's been sort of new and announced in that response. A little bit like this. We're going to wind up asking some of the rabbis who have responded in writing to also respond verbally and to produce their answers as a conversation where there'll be several rabbis together, each responding to the same question. And what we hope to add with that is a little more richness and depth in that they can interact with each other as well as respond to the question. And then what we'll do is we'll post those answers and the question, of course, on YouTube and connect that YouTube video on the website so we can sort of highlight the fact that it exists, let people know they can visit it and get a sense of it. And we expect also to send out a notice of that through Twitter and Facebook and whatever else we have in the way of an email list of people who are interested. We have a fairly good number of conservative, reform, and orthodox rabbis. We are trying to add additional rabbis from different streams, Reconstructionist, Renewal, and so on. If they're interested in participating in the panel and committing to answering questions, they can contact me or they can contact Stuart Brafman, and the two of us will be happy to talk to them, give them information, get them organized and connected to what we're doing, and bring them in. Thank you.